Upon the blessed isles, the figs are falling from the trees. They are good and sweet, and as they fall, their red skin bursts. I am a north wind to ripe figs. Thus, like figs, these teachings fall to you, my friends. Now consume their juice and their sweet meat. It is autumn about us, and pure sky in afternoon. Behold, what fullness there is about us. And out of such overflow it is beautiful to look out upon distant seas. Once one said God when he looked upon distant seas, but now I have taught you to say overman. God is a conjecture, but I desire that your conjectures should not reach beyond your creative will. Could you create a God? Then do not speak to me of any gods, but you could well create the overman. Perhaps not you yourselves, my brothers, but into fathers and forefathers of the overman you could recreate yourselves. And let this be your best creation. God is a conjecture, but I desire that your conjectures should be limited by what is thinkable. Could you think a God? But this is what the will to truth should mean to you. That everything be changed into what is thinkable for man, visible for man, feelable by man. You should think through your own senses to their consequences. And what you have called world, that shall be created only by you. Your reason, your image, your will, your love shall thus be realized, and verily, for your own bliss, you lovers of knowledge. And how would you bear life without this hope, you lovers of knowledge? You could not have been born either into the incomprehensible or into the irrational. But let me reveal my heart to you entirely, my friends. If there were gods, how could I endure not to be a god? Hence, there are no gods. Though I drew this conclusion, now it draws me. God is a conjecture. But who could drain all the agony of this conjecture without dying? Shall his faith be taken away from the Creator? From the eagle, his soaring to eagle heights? God is a thought that makes crooked all that is straight and makes turn whatever stands. How? Should time be gone and all that is impermanent a mere lie? To think this is a dizzying whirl for human bones and a vomit for the stomach. Verily, I call it the turning sickness to conjecture thus. Evil, I call it, and misanthropic. All this teaching of the one and the plenum and the unmoved and the sated and the permanent, all the permanent, that is only a parable, and the poets lie too much. It is of time and becoming that the best parables should speak. Let them be a praise and a justification of all permanence. Creation, that is the great redemption of suffering and life's growing light. But that the Creator may be, suffering is needed and much change. Indeed, there must be much bitter dying in your life, you creators. Thus are you advocates and justifiers of all impermanence. To be the child who is newly born, the Creator must also want to be the mother who gives birth and the pangs of the birth giver. Verily, through 100 souls I have already passed on my way, and through 100 cradles and birth pains, many a farewell I have taken. I know the heart-rending last hours. But thus my creative will, my destiny wills it. Or, to say it more honestly, this very destiny, my will wills. Whatever in me has feeling, suffers and is in prison. But my will always comes to me as my liberator and joy bringer. Willing liberates. That is the true teaching of will and liberty. Thus Zarathustra teaches it. Willing no more and esteeming no more and creating no more. Oh, that this great weariness might always remain far from me. In knowledge, too, I feel only my will's joy in begetting and becoming, and if there is innocence in my knowledge, it is because the will to beget is in it. Away from God and gods, this will has lured me. What could one create if gods existed? But my fervent will to create impels me ever again toward man. Thus is the hammer impelled toward the stone. O men, in the stone there sleeps an image, the image of my images. Alas, that it must sleep in the hardest, the ugliest stone. Now my hammer rages cruelly against its prison. Pieces of rock rain from the stone. What is that to me? I want to perfect it, for a shadow came to me. The stillest and lightest of all things once come to me. The beauty of the overman came to me as a shadow. O my brothers, what are the gods to me now? Thus spoke Zarathustra.